Hello crafters, it's Dawn here from Dawn's Inspirations. I did promise you that I would share with you some of the cards I had made for the Create and Craft show Saturday that I didn't get round to demoing because the show just flew past, and so did the kits. So if you were lucky enough to pick up the kits, I've been doing some short videos with some of the cards I had prepped for demos. The one I've got here to show you is the Elegy Kit, and this is what I call a back double gatefold card, and this is because the front, or what is normally the back of a double gatefold card, is going to be the front of my card, and then when it stood on the side, when it stood on the side, obviously you see all these decorative elements as well going on, and then on the inside I've even used some of the stamps as well, ready for you to write a greeting. Okay, so let me show you how we put this card together. So I started off with 2 bits of white cardstock, and these are measuring, this is just under 12, this is 11 3/4 by 6 inches, and both of them do measure that. And then I've scored these at 6 inches and 9 inches. Okay, and I've done both of those exactly the same, and then we're going to go ahead and join those together. So put some glue on one of these, that's a big splodge in that corner, that could cause a problem. Okay, and then this one's going to go on the top, just whereabouts that one is. Just rubbing that round just so the glue can disperse and we get a nice stick. I can see some glue's come out the top there. I'll wipe that away because this is my Cal-Al glue. So as we know with the Cal-Al glue, as long as you wipe it when it's wet, it will rub away and won't show. So let's get that rubbed off. There we go. So this is now going to be the front of our card. So this is going to be the inside. So I'm going to start with the inside first of all, and I'm going to do my stamping. So if I just bring in the finished card. So in here I've stamped a sentiment and also some corner stamps. So the sentiment says, "You never know when you're making memories," which is what we do every day really, isn't it? We make memories. So I'll just get the stamps peeled off here. These are acrylic stamps from the ScrapBerry's collection here, so they're really quick and easy to use. Just pop them on your blocks and then you can just stamp away. I'm using Stays On Ink here, but you can use Memento or Archival, the choice is yours. But I'm just going to go in with the Stays On. I'm going right in the middle. And as you can see, you get a lovely crisp image, which is beautiful. So the stamps are really good in this these collections from ScrapBerry's. And then I'm getting the corner stamp, and I'm just going to stamp a couple of corner flourishes just to finish off that inside. And that is the beauty of the ScrapBerry's kits. You get so much paper and gems and elements in them that, you know, you can afford to really go to town and finish things off nicely. I mean, the stamps are beautiful, all that detailed imagery coming out on there. So I'm just going to stamp this one. That one hasn't got quite as much ink on that corner for some reason. But just by adding these couple of little stamps on the white card, it just saves you adding an insert to your card. You know, because I could add an insert, I could just add another sheet of paper because there's so much paper in the collection, but just by adding a couple of stamps on the inside there, it just really finishes it off and makes it look, I think, really nice. So I'm just going to turn that over now. And I think to start with, I'm going to start by decorating the sides. Okay, so the paper for the sides I've used from the 6x6 pad, and these are 170 GSM, so they're really good weight for paper, even though they're only 6x6 in size. Okay, so let's just pop these round that way, and then we can get those glued in. So I've cut them down to size already, and I've inked the edges. And if I remember, I'll just let you know the size of these, because some of you will ask. That's 5 3/4 inches by 2 6/8. Okay, so we can get those stuck down just with the Cal glue again. You can use tape runner, you could use your double-sided tape. The choice is entirely up to you. But as you can see, you've got all this nice florist pattern going on here. And this paper kit is lovely with the blacks and the greys and the whites. You know, then you've got that big splash of red just turns up all of a sudden. It's just really nice. I think these cards are perfect for males as well as females, because you know, there's lots of monotone colours, and I think a paper collection like this is something that's always handy in your crafty stash, because the cards then can fit any occasion. That's what I find, you know, from the really sophisticated romantic look to it could be you know, with sympathy cards. So you know, don't be shy of thinking, oh, it's a bit of a boring, you know, it's only got red in it in the colour, the rest is very monotoned and grey. I think you'd be surprised how much you will come to this collection time and again. You know, the feedback from this has been brilliant, and I've had lots of messages on my Facebook page about it as well. So if you haven't signed up for my Facebook page, please do. You know, it's a great place that a lot of my crafty followers from all over the world also like to come and share what they've made with my tutorials and online workshops, and also with kits like this that I've been bringing to the television. So it's a great way of sharing and fun and seeing what the crafters are up to and getting ideas. And you know, I've just really enjoyed doing the Facebook page. I'm going to add some more of the stamps onto here before we go into the middle. I'm going to do some more stamping while I've got everything flat. So I'm going to get the corner stamp again. So I'm just going to put a corner flourish in this corner. It's just echoing the elements on this side. If you look here, this is actually in the paper. This hasn't been stamped on. This is actually in the paper. So you're sort of bringing out elements in the kit that are already there. So you know, it just works really well. And do the same again on that side. And I'm going to put this corner one away, and I'm going to bring in the flourish now, and I'm going to emphasize those flourishes that are on the actual paper itself. So let me move this over here out the way. So if you look here, there's this flourish here that's already on the paper that's printed on. I'm now using one of the stamps from the from the stamp collection, just to add some more emphasis on the flourish that is already there. So when you add that, it just looks like it was printed on the paper as well. I think it's just beautiful the way they've thought about it, and everything matches all together. I think it's just lovely. So don't be afraid to, you know, add your own little twists on this. You know, you don't have to do it how I've done it, but I'm just giving you some ideas of how you can get the best from your kits. So that's that flourish there. So we'll just pop that to one side for a minute to put the lid on my ink. So that's the sides, and then I will go ahead and add some gems, but we'll do that at the end. So now we'll start building in the middle here. So in the middle here, I've cut a bit of the black. This is from the 12 by 12 paper collection, and this is measuring 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so that's going to fit in there. and I've gone round the edge with a distressing tool. But if you don't have a distressing tool, you can just open your scissors and go around the edge to make it distressed. Now if you don't like that distressed look, you know, don't panic at all. If you don't like that distressed look and you prefer this more clean look, go ahead with that. You know, you go with what suits you and what you prefer. So we're just going to pop some glue on here and get that stuck down. So I'm going to stick this part down flat. So that's down on there. And then I've got some other elements here. These are just, there again, some scraps that I've had left. So I've torn the edges just to there again give a bit of interest here. Now that bit to me is still a bit too long, so I'm going to tear a bit more off there. Don't be afraid to use a tear technique on your paper either. You know, this is your project, and sometimes, you know, you want to do something different than just sticking it down flat. So I'm going to stick that on there. So I'm bringing it in from the side, so I've got a bit of a border, but I've got all these nice elements of the flowers. Now, if you look really closely, this is upside down, but I don't care because I'm then going to put this over the top, so it covers up my words and you don't see it's upside down. And because the way the flowers are all up the side, it's mirroring the flowers in here, so you don't even notice that it's upside down. Now again, I've cut all the, or distressed all the edges of this part of my square. This red square, this is out of the 6x6 paper pad, and this is roughly 4.5 by 4.5. So we're bringing the size in even more, but I want to do this one 3D so I can put some elements behind. And I'm also going to do a tear in the top here. So I'm just going to literally tear my paper, and I'm going to curl the edges. If I get my bone folder, this will help. Just curl the edges back, you know, so don't be afraid to play with your papers and to get a totally different look. This is going to give a real shabby chic look. And I'm just going to go in with a bit of the black distressing because I've got too much white and starkness there. I'm just going to just put a bit of black on there just to take that white off. Now I've already gone ahead and attached some of the little tiny pearls onto here, which I have got hidden under here. These are the pearls you get. You get 120 in the pack, and you get 4 different colours and 4 different sizes. And I've used the really little tiny ones down the side there, just in the lace, just to add some more dimension to the card. And then with this, I'm going to go in with some big foam pads to give some more dimension. You can use your gel foam as well if you wish. You haven't got to use foam pads, but I'm just going in with some foam pads here for quickness. I'm probably going to cut, oh I could just, no I'll put one down that, because I could have cut it, but we'll have that stuck on there so I've got enough. So I'm just going to peel those off, and then we can get that stuck down. In fact, I should have done my stamping first and I didn't. Never mind, we'll give it a go, because I've stamped some more on here and I should have stamped before I stuck my foam pads on, but too late now. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to stick that down onto there, and I've still got my flourish, so I'm going to try stamping my flourish even though I put my 3D gel or my 3D pads on it. We'll give it a go and see what happens. So I've just got a flourish, and I'm going to have this just coming down to add some more dimension. Oh, that's worked perfectly, and I'd like to put a corner one in here, so let's see if I can do that as well, even though I've stuck the 3D pads on. We'll give it a go, and that's just mirroring again the corners that I've already put on the side, so it's just tying everything together, which is what it's all about. Just might have to really press down. Oh yes, that's taken as well, beautiful. Really pleased with that. Managed to get those elements in. So that's our stamping on there. We've got our pearls on there. So we need to go ahead with some ribbon. But the other thing I want to do is to put a greeting on. So I've cut, this is from the bordered paper. So I've got the greeting on here, and this is out the same stamp collection. So let's pop this one away and get my greeting. And the greeting says special memories. So it goes beautifully with the comment that we've put on the inside, which was you never know when you're making memories. So let's get that stamped on. So don't be afraid of putting your stamps onto paper that's already got writing on it as well. Don't be afraid to do things like that, and this collection really works well with what I call overstamping, where you're stamping on top of pattern papers and on top of what, like I have done here, where you've already got writing, because it can take it. So don't be afraid to do that at all. And then I'm going to just curl this to give it another little bit of a dimension. Bring that end out, and then I'm going to pop a little foam pad on there. I'll find my foam pads. I want the one for this end. So I'm just going to stick the one foam pad on there, and I'm just going to bring that down there, and then I'm going to probably actually put another foam pad under there rather than my gel. I could have used my 3D gel, but I could stick my foam pad there. So I'm going to raise that slightly to give it a bit of dimension. And then I'm going to get my flowers. These are the ScrapBerry's flowers. They're lovely flowers, beautiful size for card making, but the cherry blossom colour really goes well with this paper collection and just adds that splash of colour with the red. So let's just take a few of these out of here. So I find with these, the best thing to do is I'm going to stick one down there behind that paper pad just to give a little bit of interest. And I find the best thing to do with these is to put my gel actually on the stem. It's all coming out in a lump because I should have wiped the end. That doesn't matter. And I'm going to tuck it behind that paper. And that just adds a bit more interest there. And then I can do the same here. Just see what room I've got behind here. Put my 3D down already, my foam. Let's see what room I've got. Yeah, I can put one there. Let me get another one out. Let's have two, and a piece of ribbon. And I've got a piece of the ScrapBerry's ribbon here. This is the shabby ribbon. If you manage to get hold of some of this, you'll find some stockists will hold it. And I'm going to put a bit of that under here. So I'm just pulling this up because I shouldn't have stuck that quite down yet, but I've gone ahead too far of myself. So we'll stick that down. And then put some more gel on here so I can poke these flowers under there. That one may have to come under that way, yeah. Just making sure it all fits, because you've got the backs on these flowers, and that's what makes them quite nice, is that you can slot them behind. So that's there now, slotted behind there. I'll put a few red gems just on the saying here, just to draw your eye into that. I'm going to use the pearls on the saying, and then I'm going to go ahead in a minute and we'll put some gems on the outside for a contrast again. I'm using the really tiny bright red ones here. Ooh, that's it. And I like to do things in odd numbers, as many of you knowing me know what I like to do. So that's my pearls, and then I'm going to get my gems. Again, you've got the bright red, the darker red, the crystal, and the black jet. And I'm just going to stick some of these just on the outside here, just to add that splash of colour to the outside and draw your eye in. I'm going for the really tiny ones, and what I'm doing is I'm just putting them odd ones on the swirls. You just add a little bit of interest, and because the flowers are that darker red, they just add that little splash of colour and draw your eye into the bright red at the centre of the card. But again, personal choice. I'll put a few more over this side as well. You can add as many as you like. You don't have to add gems at all. You may feel that you want to add pearls to match in with the main part of the card. It is entirely your choice. All I'm doing at the moment is giving you some ideas of things you can do with this beautiful kit from ScrapBerry's. You know, it's a beautiful kit. I think it's now sold out. I think it sold out the other day actually. I've had some emails from people saying they wanted to get it, and it's sold out, which bit of a shame, but that's what's going to happen with these kits. When they're out on the market, the best thing is to get them, because they will sell out really quickly, because the quality is beautiful. The papers are lovely, it all matches in. So that's my card there, my back fold double gate. So it's going to stand like that, it's going to lay flat like that to pop in your envelope, and then obviously you can have, when it's out on the side, if I try and hold it up like that for camera purposes, you're going to see these elements at the side with the gems, but all the sides nicely decorated, and the inside ready for you to add your greeting. So that's my fold back double gatefold card, ready to be sent away for someone to receive. So I do hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial, and this was going to be one of the demonstrations on the show, but unfortunately everything sold out very quickly, and time just flew past as well. But as I had the demos prepped, I thought I'd share them with you. So if you've been lucky enough to get the Elegy Kit from ScrapBerry's, you too can be making beautiful cards like this. I really would love to see what you've made with your Elegy Kit as well. So please subscribe to my website, my Facebook page, or my YouTube channel. And on my Facebook page, show me some images of cards you've made with the Elegy Kit from ScrapBerry's. I'd love to see them. But I'm Dawn from Dawn's Inspirations, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye for now.